days, I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form, staying in shape.
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you little piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you little piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they loving us no more. No, R&R's the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing there to prove, cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Show you little piece, wanna see some more?
I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you little piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you little piece, wanna see some more. Show you little piece, wanna see some more. I wanna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you little piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you little piece, wanna see some more, see some, see some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me?
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On second down, Brooks. And he'll power his way up near the 25. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Throwing now is Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Throwing, Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a 2nd and 10. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mitchell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up, because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
And this will be a Vikings first down as they'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Allen now looks to throw. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Allen. And he rifles one incomplete. Trying to find Jordan Addison that time. And it's 3rd and short. You look at this Packers defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Love going to give it up on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out. Would not allow him to cut upfield.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Allen. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Allen hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Allen now on first down. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
The Vikings 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business. The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
From the gun, it's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. Allen to throw once more. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in Week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Allen going to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Are things looking much rosier for him here in Week 2? They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So after the INT, it's Allen.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
On first down, Allen. Over the middle and complete to Addison. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. To throw, it's Allen. He's got his tight end. That's Ryman. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Allen. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Here's Allen to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Brooks. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Sly able to put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Here's Love. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Flushed out right. This will be caught inside the 10. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points of the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Allen. A quick throw, but incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep the lead at 8. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Here they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. First down, going to the air with Love. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Love. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Second down, here's a run with Bigsby. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 96 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On third down, here's Bigsby. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline,
they've got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
On second down, here's Allen. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling, held it to an okay gain.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash, should be a fair. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's about...
There he goes, left side. The race is on. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to be backed up to start. A big hit there on the return. Stops him dead in his tracks.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. But right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. To the air, Allen. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Man, 206 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On 1st and 10, Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw now. Here's Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Love going to give it up on the touch pass.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Packers start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 235 yards for him on the ground as this has been a night to remember to this point.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Love now.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he missed it. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive complete over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Allen eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's pulled in by Brooks. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, Allen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew the passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Well, this was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute, both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Packers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.